Hey there, welcome to the Confident Woman Lead podcast. I'm your host, Anita Miller. And today we're going to be talking about how to present to get your desired outcome. Now, the reason for this is because I was meeting with a couple of members inside of Confident Woman Lead. I allow my members to submit presentations for review. So if they're doing a presentation at work, if they have a speaking engagement, whatever that might be, they can submit their presentation to me and I will review it for them. And in doing so, I've come across a couple of themes and I want to share those themes with you because I want us all to up-level our presentation skills and our speaking skills. That's the whole mission and goal of Confident Woman Lead, right? To help you speak like a leader. Right. The first thing I want you to always remember is who is your audience. Now, I know that you've likely heard this before, but I want to go a little deeper today to give you some more guardrails, thoughts to think about before you present. Who is the audience is more than just a title. Now, let's say you're at work and you are going to be presenting to your boss's boss, right? So you know who the person is, you know the level in which they are. What I want you to think about now is how do they like to receive information? How much information about the topic you're going to present do they already know? Because this helps you determine how much you're going to need to level set them, how much context or background they need. Is it a man or is it a woman? Because how men like information is very different than how women like information. An example, men start with the punchline and then add context if necessary. Women start with context and then get to the point, right? So if you have a room full of men, you want to get to the thing that they want to hear first. This is what I mean by who is your audience? Not just, okay, it's my boss's boss. I want you to go further in your thought process than that. Two, formatting. I want you to pay attention to formatting. It is my experience that, especially in white collar corporate America, your presentation says a lot about how reliable, how confident, how credible you are. So if I see a presentation and your boxes aren't aligned, the spaces between them are a little off, the people in the room will focus on that. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm telling you what is. Other people tend to focus on the look of it, right? And this is why you can get into rooms and people can be saying the absolute nothing or the false thing, but as long as they have a pretty presentation up on the screen, people are excited and interested and shaking their head because they agree. So your format matters, making sure that things are aligned, making sure that you have consistent fonts matter. Number three, your titles matter and the words that you put on the page. Now, a PowerPoint is a cell, and we don't ever want to put all of our thoughts inside of a PowerPoint. We don't ever want to give away the bulk of our intellectual property in a PowerPoint. But what we do want to do is make it so that if anybody that wasn't in the room picks up this presentation, they have a sense of what was discussed and the value that you add, the point that you wanted to get across. They understand what outcome you desired without having have been in the room. If you're presenting, it means that you want something from someone, that you need them to do something, whether it's a decision, whether it's a task, etc. Then we want to focus on formatting. Make sure your PowerPoint is clean. After formatting, we want to make sure we have titles and sentences that will allow for anybody to pick up the document and understand what you have explained in the room. No, it won't have all the context, but it should at least give summary of what you are talking about and what you want. That leads me to number four. Please make sure that you don't just have a Q&A. First of all, we don't do Q&A unless we actually want questions and we have the answers. But we do need to end with a recap, with takeaways, with next steps, with what is it you want people to do with the information that you have given them. If you just give people information and you don't tell them what's next, what you want them to do, what you want them to take away, then it was just information and you will not get the decision or the desired outcome that you want. Number 5 is managing your timing, your pace. What is the rhythm of your presentation? What is the rhythm of your storytelling? What is the rhythm of your examples? How long are you on a particular slide? Is it too long? If you stay on a slide too long and you're doing a whole bunch of talking, you will lose people. So what is the pace? What is the pace of the slides? What is the pace of the rhythm in which you're speaking? Are you keeping people engaged? Are you asking questions along the way? What is the pace? So today I want you to think about where do you need to work on any one of the 5 areas I've given you in a presentation. If you want your PowerPoints reviewed and you want firsthand feedback, you can do that inside of Confident Woman Lead. If you go to confidentwomanlead.com/speak leadership, you can sign up today and submit your document and you will get feedback on your presentations. All right, remember the Confident Woman Lead because we know how to present and hold our audience attention. I love you, sis. Let's get to work.